Hey guys, and welcome to another video on Luminar Neo. Now, of course, if you're looking at a video of Luminar Neo, not just mine, but anyone else's, which means that you already know the capability of Luminar Neo, and you're definitely using Neo not just for basic editing, more like replacing sky, more like getting rid of certain dust or power grid, or do some crazy art, right? But today we're gonna go simple. So we're going to do a normal, nice black and white portrait photo editing, right? So I have this particular image that I really like, which is like a very artistic and beautiful. So I'm going to do some normal and nice black and white edit. So in order to do that, first of all, I'm going to crop a little bit. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to free, get rid of some empty spaces from the top. That should be fine. And from the bottom, right? So that looks good. So I'm happy with that. It's more personal right now. It's more, feels like it's more in front of you, which is good. Then first I am going to go to the essential and then click black and white, and then convert to black and white. Now, generally speaking, the skin always belongs in red and yellow. Generally red, but also in yellow. So if you go forward, in the luminance section is going to bright your skin tone. Same goes for the saturation. Look at that. So if you push forward, it will actually bring back the saturation of the subject as well. And so, which is pretty interesting, because right now you can actually do a particular area monochrome, which is pretty awesome, right? Now I'm going to stop right there, except probably yellow I'm gonna push a little bit more. Right, now we need contrast in black and white. So when I say contrast, without darkening too much of the shadow, like here, for instance, or the under the shadow. The reason behind, if you do the traditional curve or contrast, for instance, we are going to go to develop and then go to curve. So if we do some kind of like a S curve, problem is that it looks nice. It's actually amazing. However, what I want just the background to be darkened and the foreground to be flat. That's the look that I'm looking for. Doesn't mean that this one is bad. Don't get me wrong. Each of them has their own style. My style is that I want this darken without the foreground to be that contrasty. So I'm going to come back to original. There you go. Double click to each of them. So how I'm going to do that? I'm going to go to the relight and then play on the slider. So the brightness far, I'm going to reduce it and let's see what it gives me. Now it should work. Generally speaking, you never know. Now it is working as I expected. So I'm gonna go all the way down, and that's exactly. So I think you have the idea when I said that in the curve, I want the person to stand out and the background to be darkened. This is what I was talking about. And then I'm going to add a touch sharpening because the image looks soft, although it's a normal to have a soft image in portrait, because you shouldn't have a too sharp portrait image. However, I'm going to add a little bit of sharpening. I'm gonna zoom in, let's say 100%, and then wait for my software to load a little bit because it's taking a little bit of time. So I'm gonna go to 0 and wait for my software to load again. It's taking quite a bit of a time, to be honest with you. It's not really responsive. However, I don't mind. It's doing my job. Now I'm going to go to 40. So there you go. Now we're going to go backward and then say before and after. So before, after. Quite crazy, huh? It's not done yet. Just to give a little bit of touch of a little bit of drama, I'm going to go to the mystical and then add a little bit of mystic glow into the shadow area, but not too much though, maybe a little bit of less in the shadow area. And voila, now you can see that it looks quite dramatic in my eyes at least. And smoothness, I'm going to reduce the smoothness a little bit of less, I'll say. Now, I think I can stop right there. So, you see, even though Luminar Neo is known for sky replacement and many other crazy things in the portrait department and all the fine art, digital art department, however, just a simple black and white image, it does a fantastic job. And especially the best part of Luminar Neo, in my opinion, I think just the relight alone, this thing, boy, this does a phenomenal job, especially selecting the background and the foreground. That's alone is just crazy good, right? So I hope you like this super quick video. If so, like and subscribe, and I see you in future videos. Bye bye.